I really do look forward to seeing many of you next year, and I am determined to get there. So enjoy the conference this year. You're very lucky to be there, and I know there are lots of faces out there that I would love to be able to give a hug to and say a really warm hello. So I'm doing it through this video, and I wish you all a wonderful time at the conference, and see you next year. The message I would love to give to everybody that I personally feel I've learned from the experiences I go through are basically coming to you through the smelling taper that I hope you're holding as I'm speaking, because I've realised myself, I've always known how powerful the smell aroma is, but I've realised really how potent it is and how much it can help other people, because I see other people's responses. And my mission was always to try and get the world to understand the power of aroma. And if I get through all this, I really want to do a lot of work to help in the wellness sector and with really sick people on working with aromas to make people feel better. A welcome to you all from here in London. I'm so sorry not to be able to be there in person. I really wanted to, but as you're probably aware by now, health issues have meant I can't make it. But in my place, I have sent you all a scented taper, which I hope you can smell as I'm speaking. And this taper is very much part of the story of what I have been through in the last 18 months. Okay. Well, hello everybody from London. I'm so sorry not to be able to be there with you. I really wanted to, but as you're probably now aware, due to health issues, I can't make it. But in my place, I hope you are all holding and smelling a taper full of wonderful smelling magical essential oils. I know a lot of what you're discussing at the summit this year is the integration of health and wellness. And those of you who know me know that my love in the world of spa is aroma. And I believe this has a huge part to play in this integration. And given the experiences I've had, particularly in the last 18 months with health, and I've spent, unfortunately, rather a long time and many, many weeks in hospital, it's really made me realise how important the sense of smell is. And I feel we pay so much attention to our taste and to music, to our sound, but we forget about our sense of smell. So this taper that you're holding, this is special to me because when I was in hospital for weeks on end, people would come into my room, nurses, doctors, visitors. Oh, we love coming in here. This room smells so wonderful. And I love flowers, I love roses, I love warmth. And for me, I just had products that were constantly giving me that memory. So this taper is very reflective of the smell that I had in the room. So this fragrance is very reflective of the one that I had in my room when I spent several weeks in hospital, and doctors and nurses and friends came in and just said how wonderful it smells. And for me, it's about roses and neroli and citrus because they make me feel better. They're fresh, lovely, beautiful smells that instantly give you an uplift. I hope you can smell that in the taper that you're holding. I'm not saying this fragrance is right for everybody, but it's to give you an indication of how this worked for me. And I think if people can find the right aroma for them, it will make them feel so much better. And just like listening to music, it will help to get their mind in the right place. And the thing I have learned beyond anything with health and wellness is your mind has to stay positive. It has to be in the right place. And aroma is a huge part in helping that. I know the medics in the audience will know full well how powerful the sense of smell is and how it really works on the limbic system in our brain. And there is a lot of science now to back that up. It's very interesting how my views on medicine, natural therapies, wellness, health have actually changed a little bit as I've gone through these years of treatment, but in particular very intensive treatment in the last 18 months, and with a rampant cancer that spread through many, many parts of my body. And I think beyond anything else, I've realised how important it is for both the medical world and natural therapies to work together. I was very lucky in 2 of the hospitals I was in. They had full-time staff, massage therapists paid for by the hospital, in permanent employment of the hospital. And even for me, as someone who loves the spa world, I cannot tell you how special the treatments that these ladies gave. And actually, it was beyond just a massage. It was seriously healing and therapeutic. And I think it's wonderful when you see this introduced, but my goodness, we need to get it there more. I feel it's incredibly important for the spa world to understand how important it is to treat people who are going through medical problems, particularly cancer. So many spas will turn around and say, no, legalities, can't treat them. And we need to get much more integration and training, and it needs the medical support to allow the massages, but it needs the spas to start offering massages with confidence where they know they're able to help treating people with illnesses like cancer. There have certainly been times when I reached a point where drugs became too strong. I had really severe reactions to the drugs and my body couldn't cope with them, where then turning to Reiki, healing massages, they really helped to give me the strength and energy. And I also took a lot of, I used energy medicine, I had herbal remedies, powdered vitamins, things that frankly helped to get my body back working again. And I was very lucky because I had an allopathic doctor who uses naturopathic remedies, and I showed all the products that she gave me, for instance, to treat a really severe colitis, and the medics were fine for me to use them. And they also said, my goodness, I don't know how you managed to pull back from that. So there were times when the natural has really helped, but at the same time, I had a period where I had no chemotherapy and the cancer progressed severely. So, you know, beyond anything, I believe the two have to work together, but I think it needs openness on both sides. And I've been very lucky that the medical consultants have been open to what I've been doing, and I've been very open about what I've been doing. So you need to be clear. Everybody needs to know what's happening. I think one of the most difficult things when you're going through terminal cancer is making the decisions on what treatments you have and what you feel you can't face having. Fortunately, the medics had always said to me, ultimately it's your decision, it's your choice what you do. And I think that is incredibly important. It's incredibly difficult because you have all this very good medical advice on what treatments you should be following, but they always gave me choices, fortunately. And I came back at the end of the day and decided I have to listen to my own intuition because it's my life. And if I make the wrong decision, then that's fine. That's what I decided to do. But I believe this is probably different for everybody. I think it's very much about the individual making their own choices. But the key thing is having all the information. And there were times when I felt I wanted to consult a second consultant, and the really good consultants recommended I did that. And that I found fantastic, because you need to get the advice, listen to it, but then it's about you digesting it yourself. And I believe listening to your inner self and your intuition to tell you what's right for you. I believe what has really helped me beyond anything to get through this is actually my spiritual beliefs. I think if I didn't have faith and believe that what is meant to be will be, and that there is a divine world that does guide us, I would have found it extremely difficult to manage. And for me, that is about prayer, meditation, contemplation. And again, I've learned so much in that I think some people it's a religion, some people it's very definitely meditation, whatever meditation means. But everything, it's different for everyone. And I think it's about finding that inner self, finding yourself and your own beliefs, and really believing that there is the guidance there, because you have to believe in something, and you have to, I found it's very different to intellectually say, yes, I'm staying positive, but you have to feel it and believe it inside. And feeling it and really believing it is actually quite different from intellectually telling yourself that, you know, it's good to stay positive. And actually, that's where I go back to my aromatherapy oils, because when I get down days and I think, okay, how on earth am I going to get through this? I don't feel I can keep going. For me, meditation and breathing my oils and lighting candles works, and that's what gets me back. I believe for someone else it could be talking to a really good friend, or, you know, I also find if I can get out for a walk in the countryside, nature brings it back for me. But these are things that work for me, and I think everyone has to find that connection that works for them. But every medic has said to me, it is about your positive thinking and your belief. And every single one of them have told me how important that is. One thing that was very defining for me was I was going through a low patch, and I didn't think it was showing, but it clearly was. And my consultant came into the room and he said, have you decided which treatment you want to go on? And I said, I'm still thinking about it. And he said, you know, the most important thing here is you need to give yourself a kick up the backside and decide that you want to survive. He said, it doesn't matter what treatment you have. If you don't really want to survive, it doesn't matter what treatment we give you. And I thought that was wonderful coming from a consultant. I thought, wow, he picked up that I was low. And that's when you think, actually, you know, this really is a big deal to stay positive. It is huge, and it's not as easy as people think. And so any tool that you have that can help you to stay positive and believe you can get through this is, I believe, what keeps you going.
That's an incredibly powerful message.
Interesting, I didn't say it, but you won't be surprised to hear it's the same surgeon that gave me the flower. Yeah, yeah.
That's a good doctor.
Yeah, he is. He's amazing, actually.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I'm just going to pause you for 1 second. I realise I've got my emails on in the background that made a little ping.
Okay.
I'm just going to turn that off.
Oh yes, all phones off.
Oh no, it's on my laptop.
Ah, you can't win.
No.
Geraldine, are you staying in London these days, or are you?
Do you know, because of this last treatment, and they let me out to do this award, I stayed up here, and I can't tell you, it was like a new lease of life. So I'm actually going to, because I'm not allowed to drive because of the brain tumours, but so I'm actually going to start staying in London more. And so my friends up here, my London life, I can get some of it back. And I'm so excited to feel I can do that. And you know, as I say to you, it's all about turning corners, going on paths. And I just think, and I can't wait to start getting myself fit.